In the world full of snaps, tweets, likes, hearts, emojis, I remember when I saw Zach Morris whip out a brick of a cell phone.
Hello, Mr. Belly, this is Mr. Testaverde. What? What's wrong with me? Well, you can hear what's wrong with me. I've got laryngitis, a horrible cough, and post-nasal drip.
And I thought that was cool. Nowadays, it seems like every 6 months, there's something that's always the new cool. As parents, it's tough to keep up. And we're trying to get our children to slow down and learn the valuable life lessons that we were taught when we were kids, like blowing on the Nintendo cartridge to get it to play. When you become a parent, you want to teach your children valuable life lessons that never go out of style. We call them life skills. But how do you make them just as cool as everything else? More importantly, how can you take the most basic life skill of all, being kind to each other, and make it just as cool as everything else? Well, I've got 5 steps to make that happen. Okay, so my name is Brian Williams. I'm a youth motivational speaker, a 4th degree black belt, and the author of Kindness Ninja, a children's book that inspires kids to carry out ninja-style acts of kindness. I travel the country speaking to nearly 100,000 students each year to spark a massive tidal wave of kindness in schools across the country. Each school carries out unique and creative acts of kindness that impact their school and community in a massive way. But in order to be successful, I had to think of creative ways to make kindness just as cool as everything else, which wasn't very easy. I literally tried so many different ways, strategies, and tactics to go into a middle school, elementary school, or high school. Dude, let's just be kind to one another. That was tough. But when I did figure it out, schools noticed a decrease in bullying without us ever mentioning the word bully. By inspiring kindness, we created a positive approach to bully prevention. But the steps that I use, you can also use at home. So let's get into it. Step number 1, find something they care about emotionally. So the tipping point for you to start to inspire kindness, you need to find something that they want to be kind to or kind about. So when you do this, you want to find something that gets their emotions churning. You want to find a cause, a person, a charity that gets them excited. Nothing boring, nothing super old school, but something that means a lot to them. The reason why this is important is we all know that kids and teenagers, they work primarily off their emotions. Their emotions drive them to action, both positively and negatively. And if we want to move them in a positive direction, let's start with the lowest hanging fruit. Let's find a cause, a charity, or a person that they emotionally care about. So let's say they love animals. You might find something for the local humane society. Maybe you had a relative that got diagnosed with cancer, so maybe they'd be willing to shave their head to raise money for cancer research. Maybe they really care about Alzheimer's disease, multiple sclerosis, world poverty, hunger, veterans, homeless, diabetes. The possibilities are endless. Now, to help you start by finding something that gets their emotions churning, start paying attention to different YouTube videos that they start watching and care about, or things in the newspaper, or even scenes in a movie. And if you want a list of some awesome charities for you to start out with, I already got a list below. Okay, so step number 1, find something that they care about. And step number 2, come up with a creative, edgy, and outside the box call to action. Now, let's say, for example, they want to help the environment. Choosing to go down and clean up the river sounds like more of a chore than an act of kindness. Right now, our children are growing up in what we call a sharing economy. They like sharing their life online. Like it or not, that's what's cool, hip, and trendy right now. This could be showing a picture of a cookie they're about to devour, or taking a selfie of them going down a roller coaster, or even taking a picture of themselves bored out of their mind in the school library. Youth love sharing their life online. Why? Because they like the responses that they get. Hearts, likes, retweets, the list goes on. So when you come up with something, you want to come up with something creative and edgy, which kind of also blends itself to step number 3. Make it shareable. When you think of your creative, edgy, and outside the box call to action, think about something that will make a great social media post. One that when they do it, they want to brag about it to their friend. Now the reason why this is important, this is a creative backdoor strategy and tactic. You're gonna love this one. Once they do this creative, edgy, and outside the box act of kindness, they post it online. Their friends like, heart, and tweet it. Everyone who does that is positively reinforcing that behavior, reinforcing being nice and kind, reinforcing the behavior you want them to exhibit, which means you just put all of their friends on team mom and dad. Boom. Step number 4, show the impact. Now this by far is one of the most important steps. They need to see the results of their acts of kindness. They need to see the impact that they themselves created. Right now, they're inundated with messages that reinforce the notion that they are not good enough, that they themselves can't change the world. Why would they even think that they could be the one to change it? And that notion is wrong. You need to show them that they themselves can be the change that our world needs to see, that their simple act of kindness truly can make a difference in somebody's life. Now, let's say they raise money for cancer research, that maybe it's donated to a local cancer organization in your community. You need to arrange a time for them to give them the check or physically give the executive director the money that they raised. They need to sit down and literally hear the impact that that money is gonna have on the lives of people in your community. Maybe they collect items for your local VA hospital. They should be the ones to physically deliver those goods and see the impact that they make. I can't overstate this enough. This is by far the most important step. Once someone sees the impact that they have, that's the feeling that gets them addicted. That's the feeling that gets them wanting to do it again. Which brings us to step number 5. Plan the next idea. You need to strike while the iron is hot. So immediately after they just saw their impact, ask them, okay, what's the next challenge that we should do? Maybe they want to go bigger and better for the same cause. Maybe they want to pick a totally different one. Maybe they want to get more of their friends involved. No matter what it is, as long as it gets their emotions churning and they want to take action, that's a success. So if you're watching this video, you yourself have the ability to make kindness just as cool as everything else. Find a cause that gets their emotions churning, come up with a creative, edgy, and outside the box call to action, make it shareable, take action, and show the impact. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and share it with all of your friends. You can hit a like below as well, and you can also subscribe to our channel or like us on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. Take care and change the world.